Should we address the audience first? And
Of course, I will address the audience.
Oh, okay.
We're not doing this for the first time.
I am.
All right, we need to do a clap for the video.
I already clapped.
Did you clap? Welcome to the first live recording of the Skids and Giggles podcast, guys. Coming straight to you from Biroma Bikes in Zurich. I am joined by my usual host, Bryson. Thank you for making your way to Zurich. How are you doing today?
Fabulous. It's really good to be back here. I was kind of like wide-eyed as I came in on the train. So, yeah, I'm happy. How about you, Pascal?
I'm doing very well, having a good night. We are here today with the man behind the 612 brand, Felix Lüttin, to talk about his recent creations that you can have a look at in the store. At the front and display, there's also my bike, where a lot of 612 parts are on there. And we're specifically talking about these pedals today. Felix, also thank you for coming to Zurich today. I haven't really talked about my real life plans on the podcast too much, but I want to say that events like today are exactly what I want to do the rest of my life. It is bringing out the cool community stories, the cool brands, and the cool projects that I believe in and help them to succeed. And I'm stoked that I can bring Felix here and share this evening with him. Well, also thank you guys for showing up tonight. It's a bit of an experiment. We have never done a live recording before, but we did record 70-odd episodes already online, so we kind of know what we're doing. Kind of. Anyway, there will be time for Q&A after we're done, so we'll record a quick conversation with Felix about the pedals here for 15 to 20 minutes, and there will be time for questions afterwards. I'll ask you to submit the questions. I'll repeat them into the microphone so we have them as a live recording on the audio track, and then Felix will obviously take the time to answer. That is it for the housekeeping. So with that, Felix, the last time we spoke on the podcast was over a year ago, and you just revealed your impeccably named brakes, Die Bremse, as your first major product under the 612 brand. So what has been happening since?
Yeah, happening quite a lot. Got my first reviews done by Enduro magazine. Feel free to go there and just read the review. Had some pretty awesome show bikes on Bespoked, and there was the display at Eurobike, and yeah, quite some media attention. Got featured on Pink Bike thanks to the European Bike Project, who did some awesome job, and it was invited to a factory tour where my brakes actually are made. Was so much going on, and then lately things took, it didn't take that much off, but it worked out very well that I could actually concentrate myself on my own company, on 612, and start my own business, actually quitting my regular daytime job, and so here I am right now.
Are you nervous?
Not at all.
Are you more or less nervous than the last time we recorded?
Less. First time was awful. Oh, yeah, you can hear my voice. So forgot how to breathe, and should have had a beer before. Now I had. Feels better.
Okay. You go, Bryson. Someone obviously prepared.
Bryson, are you nervous?
Are you nervous?
No, I'm just like deer in headlights. So, anyways, let's talk about the Die Pedale.
Die Pedale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was ingenious naming?
I mean, it fits with the theme of where he's going with this. So perhaps one time would be das Velo.
Nein, der Rahmen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
So what was the genesis of this pedal, or Die Pedale?
Die Pedale. What's the genesis? Sorry.
Like the beginning. What brought this on?
The beginning. That's Genesis.
Who inspired you?
Well, yeah. You, obviously. Now, the inspiration for Die Pedale, it was yeah, servicing my pedals, my regular pedals that I always had, serviced them on maybe a Thursday, running out of materials, getting some special bushings, whatever. It was always annoying because I had to wait for the parts, had to order them for quite a lot of money, and yeah, only needed one part of the service kit, and yeah, that can't be the answer. So I made up my mind, so what would I want to change? Okay, it's the bushings that annoy me. Okay, let's go for some needle bearings, get some smooth actuation in there, and then yeah, good feeling for rotation, everything, minimize flex and then ingress of dirt. That was my intention. In the last year, I switched to click pedals for the first time, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not that bad at all. So the new pedals had to be click pedals, and I've started with Crank Brothers. Okay, I was pretty happy with Crank Brothers with the performance. The cleats wear out pretty fast. That was kind of annoying. Then I decided to why not try SPD. It was a big pain in the first times getting into the pedals, but yeah, it kind of worked. And then then I had just wanted to get both worlds, SPD and Crank Brothers compatibility in one pedal, because maybe if you ever want to switch, there's the opportunity. Just rebuild for Crank Brothers and you're good to go. Yeah, that was the whole idea behind that, so how it came to.
But is that the main feature of the pedals, or what is the main? Is the feature that you can swap between the two, so that you can have Crank Brothers on the left and SPD on the right, or
that's not
what's happening?
That's not the goal. Yeah, well, the main feature is the overall serviceability. You get the spare parts are industrial standard parts. They have a needle bearing. You can get almost anywhere. So it's an HK 1012 RS or 2RS. That's the specification of the bearing. This one sits inwards at the crank. Outboard, you have the 686 LLU Max. It's a maxed out on balls in the bearing and has a labyrinth sealing. It's a Crank Brothers specific, enduro bearings.
Is it enduro specific?
Is it? Yeah, it's so enduro. You simply get these two bearings, and it's just consists simply of almost just industrial standard parts, like the sealing you get in a hardware store, hopefully. The only specific parts are at least are the spindle and the pedal body. All the other parts are maybe you want to whatever click system you want to ride, but you can get them almost anywhere. Like the pins are M4 by 10 grub screws. They come in many different shapes, lengths, whatever you want to use. Feel free to use them. There are some recommendations, at least. Have engaged 8 millimeters of thread depth, and then you're good to go. So yeah, industrial standard parts are the key on this one.
I just want to point out for our studio audience and everyone who's listening or watching, perhaps, these are the same pedals. These aren't two different styles of pedals. You don't have an SPD and a Crank Brothers compatibility versions. It's the same pedal that can take both compatibility, and that's I think quite revolutionary, because the first time you mentioned this, did you see?
I think your specific words were, I think everyone has been waiting for this.
I mean, I was over the moon. That's like really cool. That's a USP that hasn't been used yet, and I think it's just kind of dynamic. I think.
Yeah, it's a good feature. Of course, you won't run SPD on your right pedal and Crank Brothers on your left.
I might.
You might. Okay.
Neuroplasticity. Right?
It's all about the brain.
Okay, you
keeping it flexible between the ears.
Special custom version. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's one unique point of it.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about some of the challenges along the way in terms of development? Because I imagine coming up with your own pedal design and finding all the parts, etc., is not quite as easy as one might think.
yeah, getting all the parts is, as the main parts are all industrial standard parts, it's like really easy to get them in the first place. But when it comes to special parts like your click system, your SPD click binding, let's call it binding, yeah, good luck getting these in small quantities from manufacturers. No way, absolutely no. They want to sell thousands and thousands, but yeah, I'm not there yet. Next thing is Crank Brothers. The spare parts are almost not available in Switzerland. So yeah, getting the main frame of the pedal body and then the internals, not that big of a deal. Of course, yeah, you have to know how to combine your needle bearing with the spindle. That spindle has to be heat treated and ground to the to the diameter and then to the fits. That's almost standard, but yeah, the overall getting the special parts was a pain, was hard to come by.
Okay, and obviously for someone that's not quite as technical, the needle bearings. So I understand needle bearings is better, but why is it better?
Okay.
And what is everyone else doing that you're not doing? That's the right one.
So yeah, almost every manufacturer uses instead of the needle bearings that sits in here, they use bushings. Bushings can flex if you put force on the pedal. I don't know if you can see this. This is your crank arm. You put force on your pedal and it moves like this. Exaggerated, of course. And this opens a small gap in the ceiling in the first place and allows the ingress of dirt, water, whatever, and it simply grinds down it sits in the bushing and then grinds down your spindle. The needle bearing doesn't flex that much, so of course it flexes too. There's always a certain flex, but way less than the bushing version. So this is giving you more lifetime out of your actual bearing. You don't have to exchange the bushings all over again. Buy another service kit. You need one bushing for one pedal, but you get another bearing, you get another bolt, you get another whatever is in there. So that's the big thing. The big thing. I don't know why others don't do this, but yeah, obviously due to cost reasons, one needle bearing is five Swiss francs around, and getting a single bushing is a few Rappen. Cents, reps,
Rappers.
Yeah, rappers. Yeah, but getting them in the specific dimensions is kind of hard again. So yeah, that's how it is. It was the idea behind it.
So I recently purchased a pair, and I had to go through the IT department to get some, I don't know, special clearance with the server or whatever it was in your web store. I don't know if I reached the IT technician or if I reached the productions manager. I'm not sure about that, but maybe tell me a little bit about what's the setup. How's the operation going?
Yeah, operation is just me. You simply texted me, after all. I got your message. It
was good to talk to you, by the way.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out. From the IT department over the service, over maintenance, design, and sales, whatever. Yeah, it's simply me. There's nobody else involved in this stuff yet. Maybe in the future there will be somebody to help out, but actually it's just me right now. Every time you text at info at order or via Instagram, it will be me answering.
But you're not actually manufacturing, right? You don't have a CNC machine in your basement and,
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
I would love to have one, but all the parts that are actually made or have to be machined are made in Germany. At Radox is the manufacturer of these in Bavaria. So pedal body is machined in Germany, spindle is made in Germany, and you can see maybe the sleeve in the middle, everything made in Germany. Of course, bearings, They're probably not made in Germany. Who knows? I don't simply order them at INA, SKF, but the big names out there to get the decent quality, and yeah, I think these are made in Asia, but I can't tell. I don't know. Yeah, but so the main parts that the pedal consists of are actually made in Germany, not by myself, because I don't have a machine yet. I would love to have one, but yeah, don't have any space, and yeah, we'll see. So yeah, they're just assembled by me after all.
Just to give me a quick like kind of snapshot or mind picture here, I recently wanted to rebuild a well-known pedal that I had, and or I still have them unbuilt yet. So what I realized after I bought the rebuild kit, you know, it came with the axle and the extra bearings and everything else, is you actually need to also buy a tool to remove whatever special part that was to get all that stuff out in order to put that stuff back in. I'm not going to have to deal with that here. It's the roller bearing, it's the max ball bearing, and is there any other little pieces that need to be replaced or are in there already that I can just reuse?
You can reuse whatever you need or want to reuse, as long as it's not broken. You won't need any too specific tools. Of course, it would be helpful to have a punch or mallet, whatever. I simply built these pedals with an M8 and M6 bolt to get everything in. That's something commonly available. Maybe everybody has it at home. I don't know. Yeah, that's the point of the serviceability and special tools. I know from my old pedals, I needed a 10.3 shaft, not 10.2, not 10.4. 10.3 to get the bushings out. Okay, of course they come in the service kit that you have to buy for some money, but yeah, it's still my goal to get all the. If you need any parts, you can grab your toolbox, whatever, to get it easily done. Of course, if you have the convenience of owning a press. Super cool, but not everybody has it. So drive in a bearing with a bolt and a nut, simply push it in there and you're good.
And then, of course, if there's any home mechanics who want some help, there's a very competent technical services hotline, which you're familiar with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, please don't call me. Please don't call the hotline. Write an email or text me on Instagram.
It's not so hot.
Could be sleeping. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah, if there's any question, I provide exploded views in the manual that you can that you have the bill of material, whatever you would need to buy. Get in your local hardware store, whatever where you get your hardware from. Simply go for the exact dimensions and you're all set. The only thing should be mentioned, the max bearing is endurance bearing specific. Better get to a bike shop. You're a local Biroma. They can provide you with these bearings. Take the max version of the bearing, not the standard bearing. Probably won't last that long. That's the only specific part.
Thanks for highlighting that. Yeah.
Okay, well, people had the opportunity to look at the display here as it was before in the shop. So what can you tell us about the status of the pedals? When will we be able to get our feet on them?
Hopefully earlier than later. Right now, all the parts are ordered. Production is going on at the machine shops. Early to late May, in around May, is the deadline, or what I was able to delivery estimated time of arrival from the let's see how the customs work, if they're good to get into Switzerland, but should work, no problem. Yeah, that's about the timeline.
Okay. But those, I mean, just to be clear, right? So what we've been showing here today, those are the final prototypes?
final prototypes, yes, will be final prototypes in terms of they are all silver. They will be. Take a look at the brakes. More of a grayish, silver grayish tone. Still silver enough in my view. Yeah, these are the final prototypes. There will be a little addition in here to just some 2 little wings per side to get the SPD actually reliable. That was an issue I ran into because this little tilting mechanism over here, it needs to be fixed that the axle doesn't come out by an actuation over 50 times. So this will be the only actual change that will make the production type different from the prototypes you see right now. There is a cross-section 3D printed part on the counter. This is the actual the actual shape of the pedal, but still it's just these 4 wings that are there, will be there.
Okay. You also announced recently on your famous Instagram, you announced the Erste Pedale series. So what's the idea with that? Can you elaborate on that?
The idea behind the first series, the Erste Pedale, is simply to get an overview who is actually really interested in the pedals, that I can get to my machine shop and say, okay, I need this and that amount. Thousands, millions. So the tricky thing for me is to when I start prototyping, getting an estimate sales price. That's how much will it be? Of course, I can make ask for quotations and stuff, but they then quoting, okay, they 20, 30, 100, whatever, and where am I going to land? There's at least a quantity I have to fix on, and then that's the idea behind of the Erste serie, to get an overestimate. Okay, this is the direction it's heading to, and then get prices and see where can I reduce prices and make the pedal attractive to the community. Of course, things come at a price when it's machined in Germany and assembled in Switzerland and stuff. But I think it's reasonable. Of course, I think it's a reasonable price. What else should I say? But for the work that actually goes into the pedals, I think that was the idea behind the Erste serie, and to give a little extra bonus. Of course, you can get a laser etching, get your very own personal pedals showing the face of yourself or whoever.
Please no.
That's the point behind it. Get your signature pedals as sponsored rider. What?
Bought them myself.
Yeah.
You any more? Anything?
Oh, extra no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well. So yes, on the homepage there is the Erste Pedale. You can pre-order them now. That is the idea. So if you guys are interested in the pedals, then please have a look at the homepage. The idea with the pre-order is, of course, as you said, to get a bigger commitment for a first initial order. Of course, after we last talked, and obviously my bike is standing there, and you can see that there's a lot of parts from Felix on there. So I personally bought 2 sets of his brakes, and I can say that they're pretty good. So I mean, that bike has, and by pretty good, I mean we've installed them November 22. We haven't touched them since then, and they've been through Transmadeira and at least 2 Swiss Enduro series. And the only thing I've done is actually change brake pads, and everything else is as it was in November 22. So I'm a big fan of the product. I mean, what the other thing that struck me about you and your approach is, of course, this curiosity and this big energy to to try something new and to kind of challenge the status quo and kind of rethink the approaches that are currently on the market. And of course, I'm curious to know what else is coming now that you're going full time.
Of course, I've been working in the background besides my super good Instagram account. You're actually one of the very first testers. There's the front disc brake is actually coming, hopefully in February. They're also made in Germany. They will come in a first batch in sizes 180, 200, and 220 millimeters. That's the next big thing that's actually just around the corner. Of course, I have some more ideas, and then there was this one guy approaching me and asking for, if we could maybe do something for the slopestyle guys. I'm not sure if I can talk about that.
It's top secret.
Top secret.
You signed paperwork, so let's not talk about this.
I did. Okay. Then
it's in the mail.
It's still okay. Then I skipped the slopestyle part. Of course, I started with a four piston brakes and there are some lightweight people out there who really want light stuff. You can actually see it over there. It's the 2-piston caliper brake with around 80 grams in the post-mount version. There will be the post-mount version and the flat mount to get all the gravel guys engaged, hopefully, and in combination with the brake caliper, of course, you need a lightweight brake lever. That's something still, sleeping on my hard drive. I made some sketches in the train on my way here, but I need some ideas and
more inspiration.
More inspiration, some design stuff, and
Okay.
So that's just a quick excerpt. Of course, there are many more ideas of how to do things a little bit differently, but not completely throwing things over. But we'll see what the future is up to, what the future holds.
Okay. Rosen, do you have anything to add?
Well, I can kind of speak, from a creator aspect, and I know for sure you have way more things like in your notebooks and things you can go over and things you can improve on. Why didn't you tell us about some?
I did.
Okay.
Didn't you listen?
Well, I know, but I mean, you got a really big imagination.
Well, it's of course it's your goal to always be the first with something, to come up with as first with your idea. I know there are I hope there are many clever people listening, and if I now spill all my ideas, I maybe won't be the first to do this anymore. So I want to keep it a little bit not secret, but
He's scared of our reach.
And how,
your immense reach.
And how open are you to collaborations with other engineers or people who are wanting to make product?
That would be super cool. If anybody if anybody has an idea, maybe not the know-how, mechanical design-wise, hit me up. We can work out a contract that you won't get anything, and I get all the
There's
kudos.
someone volunteering in the crowd.
Okay.
Anything is possible.
From the last year, I was actually able to build quite a good network on machining parts, on whatever you need. Of course, I'm not coming from the bike industry. I was in the normal, regular industry, coming straight out of nowhere, if you want to say so. I haven't worked at the big names in Switzerland, but I was able to build quite a good network, and then I'm happy to share that network and then get people engaged and get things to work. And then if people have an idea and I can help, I would be so happy to help out. And
There you go.
Well, then we'll make sure that people know where to contact you.
Absolutely. Before we move over to Q&A, is there anything else you wanted to add, Felix?
No, thanks everyone. Thanks everybody for being here. I wasn't expecting anybody to show up in the first place when this idea popped up. It's like, okay, who cares about me? But obviously they're all friends of Pascal. And
No.
Still. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks to Greg for hosting us and for having us and making everything possible. And Cool. Thank you for being here.
Thank
Cool.
you, Felix.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Anyway, Q&A. Any questions?
We have
Yes,
a hand.
sir. We have a hand.
What's the warranty on those bad boys?
What's the warranty on those
Oh,
bad
I should have
boys
asked that.
for recording?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, now I get.
So
okay.
now the people know.
Of course,
There's a record now of what
It's on the record now.
it's on the record. Of course, the normal Swiss warranty of 2 years, you get, like, there's no discussion about that. If you are ever able to break something, you get it replaced, no questions asked. So I don't want to hold you back on to get out on the trails. So if there's anything ever serviceable, well, of course, if something breaks, that's another topic. But yeah, warranty 2 years. If there's anything going wrong, hit me up. You get spare parts, and everything's available. Like not only on the pedals, if a seal on the brakes fails or whatever, quick mail, parts go out, or come to where I live.
or the hotline.
Please no.
Please help. Yeah, ring my doorbell. I'm there.
Okay.
No, I'm happy to help whenever I can and get people out on the trails, get people stoked on the parts, and then enjoy their time outside. And I don't want to be the person holding you back from getting out. So I'll do my best. I do everything I can.
Solid.
Okay. Other questions? Yes, sir.
Now that you mentioned that you can switch between the mullet crank pedal system and the SPD, is it actually triple use? Can you also make a flat pedal out of it?
Oh yeah. So the question is if you can also completely remove the click mechanism and make it a true flat pedal.
That's possible with the SPD version. You can just the SPD version has 4 bolts. Simply undo the bolts, take out the binding, and there you go. You have your flat pedal. If you might have destroyed something or actually want to ride it as a flat pedal, I don't know. The flat pedal configuration, it's 100 by 75. You can judge by your own foot. Take a pedal and hold it to your foot. Ride it as completely as flat pedal is possible, but it's small. It's a small platform. Getting the Crank Brothers system out is it's a little bit more tricky. You again need a M6 bolt. I don't think you have this out on the trails with you if something breaks, but yeah, definitely possible to ride it as a flat pedal if you want to. Maybe would be a good kids pedal for small feet. Maybe, yeah. I was thinking about getting an e-bike. Actually, I ride click pedals. My wife rides flats. Take the click system off one side, then you have the flat. My wife could ride the e-bike. I could get clicked in. Possible. So yeah, many possibilities.
Okay.
Great question. Thank you.
Yeah. Other questions?
Your brand name is 612. Is there any meaning behind this combination?
The question is, what's the meaning behind 612 parts
Or is it 612?
or 612?
It's actually 612. My name is Felix Lüttin. F is the sixth letter in the alphabet. L the 12th. FL.
Genius.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's just what I came up with. I'm not good at making up catchy names. So Die Bremse, Die Pedale.
Well, at least people know what they're getting.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
They could really mess someone up.
Okay. Yeah. That's the story behind it. Yeah. I'm not too good at something like that.
Okay, maybe last one. Okay. Final one. Last one. 3, 2, 1. I think that's it. High five. That was sick. Thanks, guys. And this will go up in a couple of weeks, and we'll see what happens. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.
Thanks. Well,